say does that start?
Looking at these teams tonight, Richard, they are half-court teams, tend to grind out possessions.
Oh, it's old school basketball, as they like to say, and it's not the high-flying offenses we're used to seeing. Both teams like to slow it down.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. White and Brown are the wingmen. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, then it's Sam Hauser, and it's Keita in at the center position. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
Porter gets the bucket.
A talented shooter like Porter has no trouble with the mid-range. He makes it look almost easy.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordy Fernandez.
Right away, we got to talking about Jaylen Brown, and he said he's going to make trouble for us, but with strong coverage and fast rotations, I think we'll do a good job limiting his production. Some confident words from Coach on how they'll slow down Brown's output tonight. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. RJ, looking back at the trade that sent Durant from the Nets to the Suns, what a deal for Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was 4 first-round picks and a swap from the Suns. Also, the Nets got Mikal Bridges, who they shipped to the Knicks for 5 more first-rounders. Now that's how you reboot a team.
Now here's White. His last outing, we saw him score 13.
Not just being selfless, but also smart with the ball. Brown is able to find the best guy for the right shot.
Outside Porter. Outside man. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Boston pulls it in. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
Thanks to their stellar defensive intensity, they registered a ton of stops in that one.
They were hustling to get in front of every play they could, always getting a hand in the shooter's face.
I mean, I think that was their first miss of the game. They've been just rolling.
For 3, Dimon. Hauser grabs the board.
Slow start, 1 of 4 to begin this game.
Here's White. Some solid defense from Claxton. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. For 3, Dimon. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Celtics lead by 4. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Porter pulls it in. Brooklyn has gone 0 for 4 from deep to start this one. Pass to Clowney. Here's Mann. Sends it home from three-point land.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Here's Keita. He played a great game against Indiana. Outside, Brown. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Nets have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Here's Clowney. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. Just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Williams is checked in for Brooklyn. Thomas comes in for Mann. Some changes for Boston. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first quarter. There's Simons with a 3. The rebound by the Nets. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
Yeah, missing from the line became contagious. That happens. They just pick the worst time to do it.
And the Celtics in possession here. The Nets making their last shot. And here's Simons outside. Offensive board. To win the run. Walsh can't get it to go. To to the middle. And now the Nets on the break. And it's Porter. That time on the assist by Thomas. Porter's got 6 points.
And nice read by Porter Jr. Surveys the floor and gets in the right spot to finish.
The 15-footer. Simon's shot is good.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Thomas. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Give a good player a good look, and you know what the outcome will be.
Launches it. That shot missing. And that does it for the first quarter. Brooklyn out in front, up by 5. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Nets.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Peyton Pritchard. Xavier Tillman is out there with Chris Boucher. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Walsh in at the 3, the small forward.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Thomas outside. Shoots over Simons. And there's another one for Brooklyn.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Yes, Peyton Pritchard doing it at the NBA level. But he was a beast in the college ranks too, Richard.
All-time leader in games played, minutes, and assists in his conference. The only player to reach 1,900 points, 600 assists, and 500 rebounds in the conference. You know, that's pretty tough.
Here's Traoré to the left side wing. Wolf can't get it to go.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Pass to Simons. Back to Pritchard. Here's Walsh for 3. Williams grabs the board. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said, JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Back to you guys.
A dangerous duo. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Thomas passes to Wolf. Drops in the layup for 2. Wolf's got his first points of the night.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And so Simons will bring it up for Boston. It's a 10-point game. Last time they met in Boston.
Last game, their starting lineup struggled to stay on the floor. They just put too much pressure on the bench.
Expect to see them being much more careful tonight because of that. Maybe being a little less aggressive.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Cadis checked in for Tillman. Jaylen Brown comes in for Boucher. And it's White in for Walsh. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Brown passes to Simons. And a lot of spot-up shooters now, adding a one-dribble pull-up 3 to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
Outside man, back to Porter. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Here's Thomas for 3. Boston pulls it in.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to White to snap the cold streak. Clowney pulls it in. Brooklyn leading by 10. Outside man. And here's Porter. And the 3 off target. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's White. Rejected by Claxton. Simons against Porter. And he makes it. Porter's got 8.
Yeah, what a move by Porter Jr. Great ball handler for his size.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And it's Simons missing.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
Man, the pass to Porter. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Porter's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, guard-like skills in a forward's body. Porter Jr. with the quick release.
Brown passes to Queta. Here's Pritchard. And here's Simons outside. Can't hit that one.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Outside man. Six on the shot clock. Claxton passes to man. It's Thomas on the wing. Fires from deep. Boston pulls it in. Well, they've got the Bulls ahead of them next in Chicago. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. A shot to stop the run, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Showing the bounce. Simon says dunk.
Thomas misses.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets going into the break up 12. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for.
Take a look here now at Boston. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right. 2 + 2 is 5.
And now, guys, looking at our game, Michael Porter Jr. Just incredible so far.
Tremendous talent, Porter Jr. When this guy is healthy, he's a force, and he's putting all the pieces together tonight.
Yeah, if I'm their coach, I keep getting it to him. Only makes sense to feed the hot hand.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
About ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. One of the stories here, Michael Porter getting it done today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Nets leading by 12. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons. They're almost a decade younger. Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. If he can fit in defensively, he could be a long-term contributor, guys.
He's more than capable. Okay, Shams, thank you. Porter Jr. and Clowney in it forward. Dimon out there with Terrence Mann. And it's Claxton in at the center position. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. And so Porter will bring it up for the Nets. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. And Claxton throws it down.
Crashes the glass with authority, then puts it back strong.
Next level, man. This guy's just going out and making a play. White for 3, knocks down the triple. White's got 5 now.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
To the paint. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
Outside White. Down low. Here's Queta. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. Now here's Porter. He's got 13. Pass to Dimon. Clock at 6. And Michael Porter hits from deep. 16 points for him.
Okay, so they've looked energized and focused starting this half, coming out of the break, making 4 out of their first 5.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Let's see some of the numbers here for Michael Porter.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
Brown inside. He's guarded by Porter. And the basket by Brown.
Ooh, that's a slick move off the deck. Brown finds ways to free himself up.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. On the wing, Porter. No good with the triple.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Back to you, Brian.
Allie, thanks for the report. There's the steal. Outside, Brown.
Last 2 minutes to play. Third quarter.
Shoots. Ooh, Brown inside. Hey, he's more than just a shooter.
Night in, night out, Brown just makes plays.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And the Nets making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Boston also changing it up. Boucher's checked in for Queta. And Walsh is subbed in for Hauser. Brooklyn leading by 13. Thomas outside. 1:43 left in the third quarter here. Damn it, that's good.
Not just a scorer, Thomas also shows he's a capable passer.
Boston has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Now here's Claxton. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Outside, Brown. Now here's Pritchard. Defense is right there. White for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got 8 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
For 3, Dimon knocks down the long J. Devin's got 5 points in the quarter.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Here's White. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got his 3rd assist of the night.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Outside man. For 3, Dimon. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Brooklyn in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. Back after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Celtics trail by 16. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. We've got Anthony Simons, Chris Boucher out there with Xavier Tillman. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Walsh in at the small forward position. Now here's Pritchard. 6 to shoot. Boston needs to get off a shot here. And the basket by Tillman.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Nets leading by 14. Outside Porter. Gets Thomas on the wing. Pass to Toure. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Now Pritchard. And here's Simons outside. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 6th rebound on the night.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Simons against Thomas. We've gone about a minute and a half into this 4th quarter. Pritchard, the pass to Tillman. Nice ball movement by Boston. Walsh. And a miss there on the triple. Nets leading by 16. Here's Porter. Simons with a rebound.
Great anticipation defensively. They were keyed in on him and ready to pounce.
Pass to Tillman. Rebounded by Porter. Brooklyn leading by 16. Here's Wolf. Here's the pass to Williams. There's a screen. Now Thomas. With a teardrop. Cleared away by Simons. Celtics trail by 16. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Here's Tillman. Thomas defends. Nice! That one's good. For Brooklyn, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Both teams deciding to change it up. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th now.
2 minutes to play. 4th quarter.
Outside man. Shot clock at 6. Porter outside. The triple drop.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Now here's Brown. White outside. Let's loose for 3. 3-pointer goes up. 3-pointer goes down for White.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now Porter from deep. Oh, it doesn't go. And, of course, you want a ring with the Cavs in 2016, Richard. Talk about the challenge of winning a title.
In a lot of ways, it just comes down to will and grit. The playoffs are an extra 2 months of intense basketball. The team that wins it all normally has the most help and motivation.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Nets.
What would you say the deciding factor in this game was, Grant?
Yeah, B.A., ultimately you have to look at their field goal percentage. They were the more efficient team because they found clean looks all night.
This will mark their 13th win of the year. Not a bad number.
And they've now won themselves a 2-1 advantage in this season series. We'll see if it's the same story when these two meet one last time.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Michael Porter.
And he's been a well-oiled machine on offense, keeping things simple on this end, getting the looks that he wanted, knocking him down.
Free throw good. Claxton. And Grant, the Nets have shown the capacity to rebuild quickly in the past.
Yeah, playing in a big market helps, but they've pivoted decisively from their Big Three era and have the picks and flexibility to make moves.
Here's Garza. Oh, Claxton with a rebound. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Traoré. He's covered by Simons. Ooh, it misses. So we see the Nets taking the W here. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Michael Porter.